What's up, YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full unofficial Pokemon team. People, we have the new intro. I hope you enjoy that one. It's been a while since the last one, so I felt we needed a new one to spice things up. Big shout out to Lighton for doing that one. She does amazing animations, people. Her channel is in the description of the video, and let's crank into this video. So these were Pokemon that were unofficial, that were actually in the game and in the anime, but obviously you could like use them. So I'm going to explain each Pokemon, and I got some movesets on them, which are rather fun, and we got some good battles. These ones were done on my Discord as well. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, people, and if you haven't actually checked out the video that I uploaded about 4 hours ago, I got hit by 6 one-hit KO moves in a row. It was on live stream. Make sure you check that out. That'll be in the description of this video too. Okay, so we have a battle against Skylar. Never battled them before. And we have a Snorlax lead. So I've got a max attack, max speed Moltres. So we got Flame Charge, Pluck, so I can pluck those berries. We got Steel Wing and U-Turn. Now we got the Snorlax going for a Z move on like turn 1. Like the Savage levels are off the scales at the moment, and it's going to use Continental Crush on my Moltres. So Moltres is basically going to get turned into a Thanksgiving dinner, and that one is out of the battle. But don't worry, I'll explain what the Moltres is. So we have I hope I say this right. Thufizur was actually a combination of Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, and I used Moltres because it was like the middle head. So it was like a merge of those two. You could see these in obviously all these Pokemon you can see in the game, some in the games and some in the anime, like manga. Okay, so I'm bringing in my Mismagius. Now this is called Magquaza for a reason. So in the anime, a Rayquaza and Mismagius actually merged together, and it was like a purple Rayquaza, which is called, Magquaza. It's pretty cool, and I thought I'd use Mismagius instead of Rayquaza to kind of balance things out a bit. So let's go over what this set was. This didn't have any attacking moves at all, but it was a very, very trolly set. We got Perish Song, Mean Look, Protect, and Substitute. We got max health and max speed. So the idea basically was to get the Perish Song up and trap the opponent in with Mean Look. Now, Mismagius wasn't a super bulky Pokemon on the defensive side. Its special defense actually isn't all that bad, so it was more recommended to use against like special attacking Pokemon. Anyway, in this case, I came up against a Snorlax, and it didn't have a lot to hit me. I was actually a little bit worried about Crunch, but it had Wild Charge, so I was able to work around that only just and get the Mean Look Perish Song happening on the Snorlax. So Snorlax's Perish count is going to fall down to 1. I can basically swap out here, maybe use the Mismagius for a little bit later on, and set up a Perish Song and just get KO. So going into the Tyranitar, let's go for what the Tyranitar was, as this Snorlax is going to go rip. It's going to go for Wild Charge on the swap. So we got MT or Mecha Tyranitar. This actually was in PokeStar Studios. So this was in 5th gen. So if you guys remember that, it was one of those like props Pokemon. There was like a whole bunch of them too. So I just took that out of there. Quite interesting if you guys remember that one. If you don't, you should definitely play the games and check that stuff out. Okay, so that's the Snorlax down. Now, see, as soon as this Kangaskhan came in, I'm like, why would a normal type come into this? I'm obviously going to go for a ground or a fighting type move. They're going to go for the submission. Now, Mismagius was obviously immune to ground and it was immune to fighting, so that was the perfect swap-in. So now I'm going to go for the Perish Song on the Kangaskhan. Now, Kangaskhan's going to go for the bite and take me out. So that's my Magquaza down, purple Rayquaza. Don't worry, people. It did a pretty solid job there. Got rid of the Snorlax, and it set up a Perish Song on the Kangaskhan. So now we're going to go into Groudon and Pikachu. Now, this was in the anime, like the Pikachu, right, held the blue orb and just went like crazy. So it had like, the Groudon like designer. It looked like, it was like crazy. Anyway, so it kind of like makes me wonder whether like if any other Pokemon like grabs the orb, does that actually, would they get those like red lines on them too? It's really interesting. Anyway, so I just went for the Volt Switch on the Porygon. Porygon's a fairly thick kind of Pokemon, 3 Cs there, and it tanks that rather nicely. It's obviously the Everlight too. So back into my Mecha, I didn't even say what my Mecha set was. This was a very, very bulky set as follows. So we got Rest, Sleep, Talk, of course. We have to have that, people. Payback and Toxic. We got the abilities Unnerve and Item as leftovers, max health and max defense. So a fairly bulky set. Tyranitar gets some nice special defense, so it worked out as just an all-round tank and just spread poison and go for the stab payback there. Now I've got a hindering speed nature, so if I do go for the payback, a lot of the time it's going to be double base power. Okay, so now we got the swap here. I don't really want to stay into this Porygon for too much longer, and I'm going to go into Venusaur. So you can probably guess in the anime, there was like a fusion where Blastoise and Venusaur like fused together into Venusaur. So it was pretty cool. And I thought this would be a good, fitting Pokemon for this team. Okay, so now we got the old Kangaskhan coming in with a Savage Skull Bash here. Now it's going to have a Power Herb boosting it up right away. It does a lot of damage to me. I almost went for the Scummy Day there, but I just went for an attacking move instead. So Sludge Bomb is a 2-hit KO. Now we got the Kangaskhan going for a Corvette. Now Corvette is a weaker normal type move, and it's stab 2 and actually steals your item if you consumed your own, which it did. Guys, the Kangaskhan has Heat Rock. I'm dead. I can't survive this. All right, so now I'm going to go into my Groudon, Pika, and I'm going to go for the T-Bolt. So this is a fairly standard special attacking Pikachu set. We got max speed, max special attack. We got Volt Switch, T-Bolt, Grass Knot, and Hidden Power Ice, Ability Static, and item Light Ball. So now we've got 69 eggs in one here. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, considering it's super effective. Takes it down all the way to its little scummy Focus Sash. We all know, guys, if I didn't get that crit, it wouldn't have happened. And the eggs are going to go boom. It's like that time when I was eating breakfast the other day, right? I ate my eggs and they just like fell all over me and exploded. Anyway, so that yolk explodes all over the Pikachu and turns it yellow. Oh, sorry, yellow, doesn't matter. And that one is down. So we got 2 more Pokemon left and we got 3 more Pokemon on the other side of the field. So now we're going to go into Shelbro. Now, Shelbro was quite interesting. This one was like a, it was basically, look, if you look at Slowbro's shell, right, it was basically that Pokemon, just the shell alone. It was quite interesting as like an unofficial Pokemon. So we got a Honedge going for the Sword Dance. I'm also going to bolster my attack, but I'm going to bolster it a lot more than +2. We're going to get the big +69. So now I've got the Trick Room on this set. We've got the Belly Drum, we've got Zen Headbutt, and Aqua Tail. So I'm going to try and get a Slowbro sweep this week with this Belly Drum set. The only, I guess the only fly in the ointment is the fact that if the Trick Room runs out, I'm going to get outsped. So I'm going to have to kind of work that maybe a little bit. Maybe Regenerate, I might be able to work that a little bit. So the Honedge is going to go down. I do live the Shadow Sneak, which is nice. And now we got the Chansey coming. What's Chansey going to do? Hyper Boom Chansey! Oh, guys, this is threatening. All right, so my shell's going to get like a laser fired at from the Chansey, and that is going to take me out. Now, my last Pokemon is the MT, or the Mecha Tyranitar. Now, I must admit, Mecha Tyranitar looks really, really cool. You guys can, like, do a quick Google search on these. It's, like, in Bulbapedia and stuff. And I'm going to go for the Payback. That's the best move I got. Now, usually Chansey has, like, Natural Cure or Aromatherapy or some nasty BS like that. So I just didn't go for the Toxic. And its defense is like, defense is, about 1. So go for the Payback again. Payback is going to be a 3-hit KO. Now we've got the Chansey going for the Scummy Day here. Now, I was like, are they going to use, were they going to try and use Solar Beam on Chansey? Anyway, so the sun is up on the field. I've got some more left over to recover. So I was quite confident the next Payback would be enough to take out the Chansey. It was going to do like way more damage than it did before, and that one is down. So I think they attempted to go for the Solar Beam then. So the last Pokemon is the Porygon. Now, if you guys remember, this Porygon was fairly tanky. My Tyranitar didn't have a lot of physical offense except for the Payback. And now we got, I'm not sure if they were running a theme team. If they were, let me know in the comment section if you guys picked up on it, or if it was just like random Pokemon. Okay, so it's going to trace my Unnerve. That's fine. I don't have a barrier or anything. I'm going to go for the Payback. So I'm going to get out and actually outspeed the Porygon, which kind of sucks. It's going to go for the Toxic. Now, on this set, I had Rest, which is fine. Now, usually Porygon always has a recovery move, being Recover, pardon the pun there, but it always has that as the move. In this case, it's like, it's probably, it's not going to have Rest, like no Porygon ever runs Rest, so I think I'm pretty much set here. Now, the second, guys, as I said, before this, as this is happening, right, the second battle after this is absolutely crazy. Make sure you stick around for it, because it's not something you actually see very often. Just a little bit of a sneak peek for you people. Anyway, so we got the Porygon going for the Recover there. I'm almost at full health, and the Toxic is starting to rack up me, but it's not, it's not much of a problem because I do have the Rest. So Porygon has about 3 more turns of being a man-made egg, then it's going to go splat. So going to sleep from my Tyranitar, getting rid of that scumbag Toxic from the Porygon, and I'm pretty much all set here. Now, Porygon actually had a move that can hit me for super effective, being the Signal Beam. I love how Porygon like turns upside down and attacks. Looks really cool. Now, the only thing I'm actually worried about, at this point in the game was 1, Signal Beam critting me, and 2, Signal Beam confusing me as well, because, if I got critted and I did wake up, if I got critted and I did wake up and I hit myself in, confusion, that would be bad too. All right, so go for the Sleep Talk, guys, and guess what? I got rest. You never expected that, did you? Anyway, so now we've got the Porygon going for another Signal Beam, hitting me in that, in the other region. So I'd say it's about a 5-hit KO at the moment. Probably around there, maybe. Yeah, about 5 of the leftovers. So anyway, we're waiting for the Porygon to hit me with the big crit. It's got one more turn. It needs to hit me with a crit here to do some solid damage to me. I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk again, hoping to finish off with a payback, and I get rest twice in a row. Porygon is going to go for the Signal Beam against me. Even with the crit, I think I say I would have lived that one or come very, very close. And that pretty much is the game, people. I hope you enjoyed this first battle. It's very, very interesting. And some good sets on both sides of the field. Out of this team, right, I'd say my best Pokemon were Venusaur, and Pikachu was handy too. That was some nice power, and the Slowbro if it did get set up. But Venusaur was pretty much the MVP of this entire team. Okay, so we have a battle on my Discord. This one was against Tapu Dust, and man, this is a very, very interesting battle. I hope you guys enjoy. Now, we have a Crocodile, right? So it's going to set up the Stealth Rock. So like, okay, that kind of sucks. So I'm going to set up my Sunny Day. Now, you'll probably... I had to include this battle, right? So you'll see as the battle goes. So I've got the Sunny Day. Now I can freely go for the Solar Beam. So I've got the Heat Rock as the item too. So as you guys know, Heat Rock extends the life of the sun there. The sun will burn brighter for a little bit longer. Okay, so Crocodile's going to have a scummy Focus Sash, unfortunately there. And now it's going to go for Dragon. The Dragon Tail actually misses there. So that's going to keep my Venusaur ready, which is very, very good. All right, so going for the Disrespect Sludge Bomb there. I always love doing that. And that is Crocodile down. Now, you're probably thinking, what's so interesting about this battle? They had 6 Crocodiles. So you're probably thinking, man, this is... What's going to go? How are they going to counter the Venusaur? You'll see, people. You will see. Anyway, so people, I was like, okay, this is going to be epic Venusaur. So can we get a Scummy Friday video happening? So they're going to go for the Protect there, stalling my Sunshine out at 110. So go for the Solar Beam. It's actually quite interesting. Venusaur still does the Solar Beam animation, like charges up, but actually doesn't happen. So now going for the Solar Beam on the Crocodile here. This was a Modest Nature Venusaur, max health and max speed. Sorry, max special attack and max speed. So the Crocodile, right, it lives on 1 health, right, and gets off the Sand Tomb against my Venutoys. And it's going to have the leftovers there. I can't even believe it, like... This is like, guys, every person I battle, right, they press the hacks button and then they live on 1 health. It just happens all the time. It's not like, it's just a meme now. Anyway, so we got the Crocodile go for another Protect, desperately trying to stall out my Sun so the Chlorophyll won't be in effect anymore. Obviously, that's how I'm outspeeding. Chlorophyll is very important to this strategy. Now, we've got the Sand Tomb doing some fixed damage to Venutoys, and that's kind of annoying. I want to take this thing out. So now we've got the Crocodile. It gets another Protect off. So now at the moment, right, if you've been counting the sunlight turns or the little sun in the sky turns, we only have 1 more sun left. So I was thinking, should I go for the Solar Beam and take this out? Or should I waste a turn using Sunny Day and then, set the sun up again against the Pokemon? Because I know this Crocodile can't do loads and loads of damage, right? Anyway, so now it's going to go for Protect like I knew it would. And I'm going to go for the Sunny Day. So the sun is now faded. Okay, this is important, people. So they got some more leftover recovery. So even if they try and stall me out a little bit longer, I've actually been counting the turns of Sand Tomb as well. So I was actually in a good position. So now I'm going to go for the Sunny Day again. So since that Sunny Day is up, that's going to give me 8 more turns of sunshine. So the sun is burning bright, people. Slap it on. My sunscreen, got to slap, people. Anyway, so now we got the Sand Tomb coming in from the Crocodile, and it's going to get some more leftover recovery. So you're probably wondering, you're going to go down to the Sand Tomb, but your boy was freed from it. He was freed from it. Anyway, so now we've got the Crocodile going for a Protect ride, which is fine. I know that I can one-shot this thing. I don't even know how that lived in the first place. I'm pretty sure I just got minimum damage. Okay, so go for the Solar Beam. Now, Solar Beam obviously is at max PP too, so that's no worries. Even if this thing does have a couple of Protects, I've got enough PP, for all the Crocodiles if needed. Okay, so now they're going to go for Protect. They keep getting double Scumbag Protect, and they're stalling my Sunlight out even more. Now, that actually made a very, very, very big difference to this battle. Just remember that, people. Just remember what happened then. It got double Scumbag Protect, and then it got a double Scumbag Protect again. Okay, so now I'm going to go for the Solar Beam again on this Crocodile. It's going for a third Protect. Thank goodness it doesn't work, and I can go for the Solar Beam and take out the Crocodile. So at this point in the game, I was pretty confident. I was like, man, guys, this is going really well. We might get it. It might be a Friday video right here. So we got the Crocodile going down. We still got 4 Crocodile to come out though. So we got the third Crocodile. They've all got Intimidate. So you can probably guess by the end of this battle, I had like -5 or 6 in attack. So we got another Solar Beam from the Venusaur. Obviously, it does that protect on these ones. I was like, good. No more stalling my sun out. All right, so popping that big Solar Beam off against the Crocodile does massive damage, but it lived. And now it's going to go for a Power Trip there. Now, Power Trip is based on amount of boost, and I lived on 4 health. Oh. So now I'm going to go for the Solar Beam again on the third Crocodile, baby. And that is the third Crocodile down. Man, the problem was, right, I couldn't one-shot these Pokemon. Like, the first one didn't get one-shotted, and that one didn't get one-shot either. So that was definitely, like, max health, max special defense for sure. Okay, so now we've got another Crocodile coming out here. We've got 3 more. I've still got 1 Venusaur left, guys, but don't worry, it does get interesting. So now I'm going to go for another Solar Beam on the Crocodile. I'm going to be able to outspeed this. I've got the Chlorophyll up. I've got the Sun up. I've got my Solar Beams coming out of my little Bulbasaur. And now I'm going to go for another Solar Beam taking out the Crocodile. So there's 2 more Crocodiles left. I've got plenty of Solar Beams in the left, and it's all good, people. So we got another Crocodile coming out here. My attack doesn't drop for this turn, and I'm going to go for another Solar Beam. So, like, okay, the only way this is going to leave, if it's max special defense, it lives on 1 health for some BS nasty reason, or it's got Focus Ash. The 5th Crocodile goes down. Could this be a Friday video? At this point, right, I was like, Friday video, people. We've got to send this out for a Friday video. And now we've got the final Crocodile coming in. Okay, however, the sunlight has gone. The sunlight has gone, people. And now we got the Crocodile going for Earthquake, taking out my Venusaur. So you're probably looking at my team thinking, wow, apart from the Venusaur, right, your team's actually pretty weak to Crocodile. I was like, oh, crap. So now I'm going to bring in my Shell Bro. I was like, okay, well, I'm max attack. I know that I can live, like, whatever attack this throws at me. I can go for the Aqua Tower, right? So now it's going to go for the Hone Claws. Like, damn, man, like, they had some balls going for the Hone Claws. And I went for the Aqua Tower max attack. Brave Nature hits really hard, but it doesn't take it out. I'm like, oh, no. So that means, right, it's going to go for a Scumbag Power Trip. It's got a Moxie before. It just got a Hone Claws, and now it's going to get another freaking Moxie. So that's like, and it's got an accuracy boost. That's like another powered up for the, for the Power Trip. So things are looking good, people. Now I'm going to swap out Magquaza. Actually, no, guys, no, I don't have an attacking move, right? So I've got to go for the Perish Song this time. I outspeed. I get the Perish Song. Like, okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. So we're playing our little notes in the air, and Crocodile's going to go for another Power Trip here. It's got more than enough stat boost now to absolutely wreck my Ms. Mega. So guys, remember now, it's got another Moxie boost. That's going to give it a 5th boost. So it's got, I think it's got +4 in attack, and it's got +1 in accuracy. So that obviously, as Power Trip goes, the more stat boost, the powerful it gets. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my Mecha Tyrant. So I was like, well, I know it's got Earthquake. This is a it's a fairly bulky set, but I wasn't sure if it actually could live this one. So now we've got the Crocodile, not playing any games here, going for the Z move. Now this is coming off a Steel type move, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to live like a +4 Steel type move from the Crocodile. Crocodile's got a nice base attack, and the speed actually isn't too bad either. Now, if you look at my team too, people, it's not the fastest team in the world. Like, all the Pokemon aren't really fast. Like I say, Miss Magus is my fastest Pokemon. Anyway, so I'm going to go down to that one. My Tyranitar goes, rips off. I only got 2 Pokemon here, people. This Moxie, like, as you guys know, Moxie Crocodile is very, very strong too. So we got 2 more turns, but I've only got 2 more Pokemon. So now I'm going to go into my Moltres. Stealth Rock is going to do like half my health. And this was a fully sweeping one. Now, I actually had, I think I had Adamant Nature. I didn't have Jolly on this one because I had Flame Charge, right? And it's going to go for the Power Trip. And it's going to take me out with a crit, which definitely mattered. My last Pokemon is Pikachu, people. This thing has +6 in attack now, and it's got a +1 in accuracy, so it's got 7 attack boost. Oh my god. So my last Pokemon is the Pikachu, and I'm going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage. Crocodile is going to outspeed me and use Earthquake. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I can't believe that happened. I just got, like, if you look at the battle right, I got that double protect actually messed me up. And Crocodile was actually really strong against my entire team when you took Venusaur out of the picture. What a crazy battle. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Enjoyed the bloopers. Peace.